All right, evening, everybody. I think we can start. We have a few students here. Are you guys hearing me? Let me just hear at least one response so I know that you're hearing.
Yes,
Even, sir.
yes, sir, we're hearing.
Okay. All right. Leroy and group members, go ahead for me. Let me see what you have so far. Mr. Morris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming.
Were you not supposed to do it in paragraph form? Or did I just tell you to write it down? Anyways, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the purpose of the
Good evening to the class. You have to say good evening. My name is Leroy Da, and my group members and I. You have to do the whole works. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, class. My name is Leroy Morris. My group members are myself, Sherry Ann Bartlett, Rochelle Abraham Stewart, and Kanaya Anderson. All right, so we'll be discussing about the article KC Old Boys. So the purpose of the piece is to clarify that the reason KC Old Boys prefer to have their schoolmate in their attendance at their annual dinner. The writer seeks to explain that at a crucial point in their sexual development, particular bond was born. The main idea is that women must understand that when it comes to the annual dinner of the KC Old Boys Association, their presence is not high on the high list of priorities. This is so because their high school sweetheart command their attention at these functions. So we use the language strategy. We use companionship. So the writer uses definition to educate the audience on their bond. These men share with their past schoolmates. It had allusion where the writer uses allusion to pique the reader's interest. She alluded to the fact that they are high school sweethearts, and she titled the article "School KC Old Boys Desire Male Sex." It had contrast. The writer uses contrast to highlight that while the boys are desirous play with themselves at their annual dinner, the real men understand that the value of female companion because after the event they wish to share bread and bed with their woman. The reverse definition, so the word ignorance. The ignorance of the truth is not bliss. The writer uses this strategy to define ignorance. So we never reach any further, sir.
All right, so go from the top for me, please. Some observations. So the purpose is incorrect, and you should have put the discourse mode. This is why you got it wrong. Because if you say the writer's purpose is to clarify and to explain, and this is for the class, is the article explaining a process or explaining how something is done or why something is done? Is that what we're getting from the article, that the writer is explaining how something is done or why something is done?
No, sir.
No, sir. I feel like it was more informing.
All right, so we know that explain there would be incorrect and clarify would be incorrect, because what you're saying is that the piece is expository. Do you think this piece is expository?
No,
This is
sir.
right. It's not expository. So once it clarifies, is associated with exposition. Explain is associated with exposition. Inform, exposition. Educate, exposition. So once you see you're using those words, it must be that the discourse is expository or narrative or descriptive in nature. All right. But this piece is none of that. So your purpose is way off. So you would not get a mark for purpose. In terms of your main idea, I don't know that the main idea is being defined or is actually written correctly, because you said the main idea is that women, I don't know which women you're talking about when it comes on to the annual dinners of KCU Boys Association. And then another error that you're making in your analysis is that you're writing back the exact words used in the article. That is called plagiarism. You're supposed to paraphrase and only paraphrase when it is relevant. All right. So you would not get a mark again for main idea. So there are 2 zeros already. Go down for me. I like your definition of companionship and I like your explanation of companionship. All right. So the writer uses, or what you should have written is that the writer defines the term companionship to show the bond these men share with their past schoolmates. Fine. That is how you should have written it. So that one is good. You would have gotten 1 or 2 marks there. The allusion is correct in terms of the strategy, and I'm excusing it as a strategy. It's really a technique, but the explanation is not correct. So you said she alluded to the fact that they are high school sweethearts. So if you say that the writer is saying that they're high school sweethearts, you're insinuating that they're homosexuals. And I deliberately explained that to you, and you still write it back to give me. What you should realize is that sweetheart here is just means that the young men, they are fond of each other because they grew up together in high school. In other words, there's a certain level of bond between them that is not intimate. So I would have probably given you 1/2 out of 2 just for identifying the device. The contrast now, again, you're going back to the whole notion of homosexuality. And did I not tell you guys to look up the word satire? Was this class I told you to look up the word satire? Hello? Did I ask anybody to look up the word? Did I not mention that word in the class? People just answer no.
Yes, you did, sir. You did,
Yeah,
sir.
right. And I told you to go and look it up. So clearly, Leroy, you and your group members did not go and look up the because you're literally writing back what I told you not to write, because I would have failed this paper miserably. When you talk about reverse definition now, you cannot say to me the writer uses a strategy to define ignorance. That's what definition means. Remember, the analysis comes in when you're able to link the use of the strategy to the writer's purpose. And that is actually not a definition when the writer says ignorance of the truth is not bliss. That is more a kind of proverb, a kind of proverbial phrase that is being used in the article. All right, so be careful. This analysis is very weak in many respects. All right, so there's a lot of work to be done. Thank you very much, Leroy and group members. Stop sharing.
Okay.
Anika, Mirage, you and or your group members, go ahead for me.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I was not at class. I was at class for the first instance, was having internet issues. But I did write something, sir, and clearly, while you were explaining what Leroy did, I did the exact thing. I wasn't at class, but I tried.
Can I see it for myself?
Sir, I didn't type it. Sir, I didn't type it. I didn't have the laptop. I was writing, but it was based on homosexuality, and you clearly said so I have to go and redo it over, sir. I wasn't here, but I was trying.
All right, no problem. That's good. That's your try. All right, Clovis Daniels, you and or your group members, go ahead for me.
Good evening, sir. I'm coming in, but I'm not sure if Kimani had share.
Kimani, go ahead. Kimani Grant, yes, he's in the class. Kimani Grant, go ahead for me. And Kevon, remind me to call on you for something, okay? All right, go ahead, group members or the person who's presenting.
So good afternoon, everyone. So for the article that we read upon,
Evening, no, and afternoon.
our evening,
Evening, not evening. Evening.
evening.
Yes.
So for the purpose, we had that the article
Hold
highlighted.
on. My name is X and Y, and my group members are. Start again for me from good.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Kimani Grant, and my group members are, I don't remember all of them, to be honest. It's Cloven, I think Felicia, and two other persons. I don't remember.
So is myself, Shannon, and Cheryl.
Okay. So for our purpose, the writer's purpose, we had that the writer's purpose is to highlight and inform the readers of the KC Old Boy situation and the reason why they are the way they are, showing that majority of them are stuck in the old ways that they've come to know rather than to actually grow up and move forward. Or types of strategies that I found throughout the article are cause and effect, where it was stating, for the cause and effect, we said that it stated the cause, which would be that they're so used to each other, they grew up with each other and they've come to become comfortable around each other. The effect of the girls joining them for their annual dinner would have been a failed experiment, or was a failed experiment. And for the definition, we had that the companionship, which was defining the companionship between the boys, showing that they are very close with each other and that the way they grow with each other. And as for contrast here, the last paragraph we had here was that it was showing the difference between the KC old boys that stayed the same versus the one that actually grew up.
All right, well, why did you why are you lifting large chunks of the passage? Why? I can read.
So I didn't know we were supposed to like write our own thing. I thought you were just to highlight where the cause and effect are, where the strategies took place.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so you have identified the strategies. The issue, I think, for everybody is to actually link each strategy to the writer's main idea and or purpose. If you have not done that, then you're not critically analyzing. All you're doing is actually identifying and describing, but not analyzing. So how you get the mark is when you're able to not just identify the strategy and the example, but link the explanation to the writer's purpose. And you can't have in a sentence reason and why. All right, reason and why mean the same thing, so it means that you are using, it's redundant. And then also too, you have a very cavalier way of writing. Remember, we said that in the course, the register has to be formal, so you can't use Dave come to rather than actually go. You have to be careful of the language. You cannot use the language of the passage in your analysis. You use academic language. Okay, so the style has to be very formal. All right, but thanks for the effort. All right, and I see that there's some amount of skill, acquisition of certain skills in terms of critical analysis. All right, so thanks for that. Give me one sec. All right, sorry about that. Right, so that was Cloven, I think. Donnet, Ramsey, go ahead for me. And our group members, because when I call the person's name, it goes for the group as well, because it could be that Donnet. I think Miss Ramsey is sometimes traveling at this hour of the evening, so she should have group members who are able to share screen. I'm not getting a response. I'm not understanding what's happening. Miss Ramsey, are you hearing me?
Yes,
Are you able to share, or what's happening? I'm hearing you, but it sounds a little bit noisy. I don't know if you're breaking up. Can you ask your group member to share, or you can put it in the WhatsApp group and I'll share on your behalf? Because I'm not hearing anything from you now.
Sorry about that, sir. My internet connection went. I'm saying, sir, we didn't get to do the assignment.
Why not?
Sir, our schedule was just not working out. I'm actually still at work. I've been leaving work like about 9 o'clock every evening, so I didn't get the time to follow up, and other persons said they have other stuff doing as well, so we didn't get to do it.
Okay, all right. All right, Deidrean Brown.
Yes, sir. Just to tell you, sir, I actually did this on my own because I lost my phone. I actually can't find it, so I didn't get a chance to communicate with my group members. I'm not seeing them online as well right now, which is Kadian and Rashida. So, sir, I'm just going to show you what I have. It's not finished, but you can just.
All right, go ahead. All right, so just walk us through what you did.
Okay, so the writer's main idea of the persuasive piece titled Casey Old Boys Desire Male Sex is that it may not be a good idea to continue hosting the annual dinner for only males rather than including females, their inferior sex. The main purpose of the writer is to persuade the Casey Old Boys Association to invite females to this dinner. As I said, sir, I didn't get a chance to finish there, so. In paragraph 5, the writer expressed that being surrounded by mothers, sisters, and female teachers does not count as enough practice for Casey Boy to get acquainted with females on a personal level. So it doesn't allow these boys to have certain intimacy interactions with females their age due to already being attending an all-boys school and then having all-males dinner. Sorry, I didn't get to finish that, but right there when I said about the mothers, sisters, and females, I was just trying to get an comparison of stating that even though you're surrounded by females in general, it's
hold on though. But what's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of the second paragraph? Because I don't hear any strategy being identified. I just hear you paraphrasing the passage. What strategy? What strategy?
Yes, I was looking at the contrast strategy.
Well, how do I know that? Because nothing in there tells me that.
Oh, sir. I was just, I don't know, sir. I was just trying to understand, but as
so
I
what
said,
you could have said, so you could have said it this way then if it is contrast. So you could have said the writer uses contrast in paragraph 5 to show the difference between da 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 and da da da, and that's it.
Okay.
This is captured this is captured when the writer mentions da da da. That's how you do it. All right. So to write this long thing is too much.
Okay.
All right. All right, but thanks for attempting. At least you tried something. The only thing missing from the first paragraph, and type it for me. Go put your cursor at the dinner to achieve. No, go back. The writer.
Sir.
Listen, I'm thinking, man.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yes.
Sorry.
The writer uses both style and 3 main organizational strategies to dissuade DISS. To dissuade the Old Boys Association from continuing, the Old Boys Association from continuing with this exclusive strategy, with this exclusive practice of excluding women from their annual dinner. So that would have been the thesis, and that you'd have had a solid introduction. There are issues with introduction, but at least you'd get a mark because you have a thesis. To some extent, when it's a persuasive piece, you have the discourse mode. The main idea is a little wobbling, but at least it's there, persuasive. In the purpose, you get a mark for purpose because you have the word persuade, so it means that you understand the discourse mode because it matches persuade with argumentative or persuasive writing. All right, and that would have been an introduction. All right.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Deidre, thanks.
Okay, sir.
Let's Rochelle Abraham Stewart, go ahead for me, you and or your group members.
I'm in the boys group.
You're
You
in?
presented first.
Oh, you presented first. All right. Okay. No, normally because you are the spokesperson, that's why I call it in. Why is my mouse not moving? Oh, I plugged it out. I'm forgetting. This thing. I need to plug back my mouse. Yvonne Jackson, go ahead for me.
Samantha.
Yes, I'm coming, sir. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Shanika?
Casey, all boys desire male sex.
Hold on. Good evening. My name is
Oh,
Samantha
sorry.
Smith, and you have to do the whole
Yeah.
introduction. Yes.
All right. 1 minute, sir. Let me- Sorry about that, sir.
Go ahead.
And classmates. Good evening, classmates. My name is Shanika Thompson. My team I have with me is Samantha, Tevon, and Sasha. All right, let me go ahead. Casey, all boys desire male sex. Main idea and purpose. In the newspaper article titled Casey, all boys desire male sex, the writer wanted to convey the audience that it's understandable why Casey, all boys enjoy the company of the male sex at the annual dinner, with reason being that during their development, they had spent almost 5 to 7 years, 5 days every week, most of the year together. The main idea was to persuade most women that were upset with the KC old boys about the annual dinner. They should understand and accept the truth that no woman could have came between the KC old boys at the dinner, even when they are attractive. The writer noted that they share bread and bed with their woman at home, but at the annual dinner, it's Casey old boys time, where they are like brothers, in brackets, brethren, who desire male sex at that moment. Language strategies. Anecdote. The writer used the anecdote at the second paragraph to prove her point mentioned in the first paragraph, where she had said that they had different sexual preferences. Here in the second paragraph, she used a short story to tell what happened and prove that even though they mixed with women, they had no budge for them at all at
All right,
the
go no
dinner.
further, please. I told you that that's not what the passage is about. Why are you people? It's as if I tell you not to write this and you're still writing it. I don't understand people, and I'm talking to the entire group now. Didn't we
Yes, sir.
didn't we discuss and say that this passage is not about homosexuality? Didn't we say that? I'm almost sure we
Yes,
discussed
sir.
it. Then why are you guys writing about the same thing?
So what I get from it is that at the dinner they just prefer to be with their male friends. So we are trying to bring across that in our presentation.
Yeah, but when you say desire male sex at that moment, it sounds as if you're suggesting that male sex, suggesting that not just their friends, and that's what you should have said, because the issue I'm having with this now is that you're taking you're too much of the passages in your analysis. You're supposed to be paraphrasing, but you're not supposed to be lifting so heavily from the passage in your explanation, because it borders on plagiarism. Stop sharing screen for me. Let me share screen and show you something, all right? Because probably I need to actually show you the word itself, and this is for the yes, for the entire class, all right? Because it's as if you guys don't believe me. All right, share screen. No, take this off, take this off, take this off. Hold on, didn't I say share screen? All right. All right, so do we see the word satire?
Satire.
And I'm here, you hear the pronunciation, right? It says the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. You don't see the humor and the irony and the exaggeration and all of that in the writers in this particular piece, people? Hello?
Yes, sir. That was observed.
Yes, it's humor, irony. So it can't be that you're still writing about homosexuality. That's why I'm a little bit concerned that even when I tell you not to write about it, you're writing about it. All right, let's look at was this it? No. This might have been. And I think I even read some examples to you. I think I even read some examples to you. So I'm concerned. All right, let me share a screen and show you some bad and good examples, all right, of the same passage. All right, so this is from a student, but how many sentences are you seeing? Do you think this introduction is too long or short or to the point?
Too long.
It's way too long. I know I can't find, where's the thesis? I can't find it yet. It's way too long. At least it's the entire essay, actually. This is the entire essay. All right, so that's not good. This person, I don't know what they wrote about because this is, I never gave them any goddamn thing about cryptocurrency. So this person, or what you're supposed to put in the introduction again, just remind me.
Main purpose, main idea.
Discourse mode. So you can, the discourse mode as well.
Discourse mode, yes.
And how should you end the introduction?
So including the strategies, like stating that you're going to include the strategies, something like that.
You end the introduction with your?
The thesis.
Thank you. And how do we phrase the thesis?
Like answer question, sir. Or
No. Hello. That's not what I told you, sir. I just gave you did I not give you an example in the WhatsApp group about thesis statement? Even an introduction? I am almost sure I gave an example in the WhatsApp group about thesis. I am almost sure. The thesis is to oh no, hold on. Let me see if I shared it because I know I gave, it could be the other group. So let me make sure that you guys are SC. No, it's not you I gave the other group then. All right, so I take that back because I gave them several examples last night. Can somebody say hi in the WhatsApp group for me? Because I have to be searching. Oh yeah, I found it. Yeah, I think I found it. Right. Right, okay. Right, I gave them several examples. Hold on.
Sir, is it okay you share it in the chat as well, please?
I can't share it in the chat because I'm using my phone.
Okay.
You don't have access to the WhatsApp group?
No, sir, remember I told you I lost my phone.
But all we need to do is re-add you. Oh, you don't get back a phone yet?
Right.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do something else. I can share screen on from the WhatsApp, but the last time people were able to pass in my business. So let me make sure so you can't see anything that is private. Oh yes, my sister called me today. All right, here it is. All right, so examples of thesis. Of how you can write your thesis, all right? So this is one example of a thesis, right? The writer uses both style and language strategies to criticize and poke fun at the Casey Old Boys Association for excluding women from their annual banquet. This is one example of your thesis, right? Another way, no, this is a topic sentence. As we get to that. Another example of how you can write your thesis, which is the end of your introduction. To achieve purpose, the writer uses various language strategies and style, or to criticize the decision of the KC Old Boys Association, the writer uses 3 main language strategies and 3 language styles. This is another way. The writer uses both style and language strategies to criticize and poke fun at the KC Old Boys Association for excluding women from their annual banquet. All right, and I think this is just kind of repeating some of what I've said before. All right, so I don't know if you, for the person who is not, if you want to write on one of the examples of thesis, because I'm going to actually give you something to do. No, and I want you to write, everybody's going to write the introduction, all right? All right, tell me if you understand how to write the introduction. So it's main idea, purpose, audience, discourse mode, and that's it. No more than 4 sentences, no less than 3. So I usually say 3 to 5. You don't need more than that. Everybody understands? Hello?
Sir, so you said main idea, purpose, discourse, and
Audience, and then you end it with
okay.
the thesis.
Okay.
So usually the discourse mode is captured in the, so instead of said in the newspaper article, you say in the persuasive piece titled. So that would have captured discourse mode. All right, and then how to capture audience, the writer's main idea is that and that and that and that. The writer is angry or pokes fun at the Old Boys Association, which would be, they would be the primary audience. All right, understand?
Yes,
and
sir.
then no, for the thesis, no, you write one of, this is how you would do it. Please remember vaccination. This is how you do it, one of 3 ways. All right. Okay. All right. So let's look at a different passage. And we're going to write one together. I think I deliberately didn't make us write one together because I really wanted to see what you would produce. So let's do one together. Where did I save it? I know I have that file here saved somewhere. Let's go back here. I'm sure I saved it because I saved it and used it in the following class. It's called Discourse Analysis. Is that the common one? No. It should be under this. Lectures, right? It's under lectures. All right, so let's do another one. All right, 2016, which one is this? Oh, those are just NAR topics. brain teaser, evaluation, Martin Henry. Let me see this one. No, this is a little bit too long. I don't want anything that is going to Miller analysis. Could do this, I can do that for homework. Let's do that for homework. Nerd. Notes on Martin. Okay, hold on. Let me see. No, I don't know that I like that one. Notes on reading. All right, let me see if I can find this passage. Okay. Which is one again? Notes on usefulness of university surveys. All right, give me one sec, people. Give me one sec. I'm going to mute my mic because I All right, check your emails for me, guys. Just check your emails for me. All right, in the if you have the no. I've put it in the WhatsApp group as well. Let's start with an activity and then we discuss after. Can anyone confirm receiving the article?
I'm seeing it in my email.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I see it in the WhatsApp.
Yes, it's in the WhatsApp as well. What's the title of it? It's also in
Sir,
the
it's loading, but I think it's a V Malone.
right, and it's in the chat as well. So you have it 3 places, okay?
It's a burnout in the health sector, sir.
Right. All right, so I'm going to put in groups randomly, and then you're going to try to answer the questions that are on it, and then we have a full discussion on at 6:30. And then I show you how to, based on the answers you give me, I show you how to put it together. These questions are going to guide you in terms of how you actually eventually write the essay, okay? Hello?
Okay, sir.
All right, so I'm going to just put you in random groups for the breakout room. Did I claim host? Let me see. Did I claim host? I think I didn't claim host. All right, hold on. I actually didn't claim host. All right, this is common. The host key is all right, so you're going to answer the questions in groups. Just go into the breakout room and we're going to start discussion at 6:30, okay? Shanae, Donette, Janice, Kevon, Marissa, Rochelle, Santana, Sasha Gay, Chantal, Tanisha, please go into the breakout room. Okay, Chantal, sorry, got that. All right, Rohana, thanks for that.
Watch it rolling for me on. Yeah, me out the money with me.
All right. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the title of the passage again? Just remind me because I have several passages. I
Burnout
closed.
in the healthcare.
Burnout in the healthcare sector.
All right, so it's burnout. Let me see if this is my burnout. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so the first question is, what is the dominant discourse mode? Let me hear it. What's the dominant discourse mode?
Sorry, anyone can
Sir,
answer that?
exposition.
Yes, exposition.
Exposition.
Yes,
Mhm.
and who is the intended audience?
Sir, I would say the
Sir,
healthcare.
those that work in the
The
healthcare
healthcare sector.
Okay,
Sir, the healthcare sectors and people in management.
right. So healthcare sector, healthcare personnel, healthcare administrators.
Sir, what about prospective students?
Where how prospective students come into this? I don't understand.
Sir, because he was stating like students within like 2 to 4 that they just start in college, they tend to get burnout quick as well. So I don't know if that would be a part of it.
Yeah, but you can't take one part of the passage. You have to look at the passage in its totality. Because remember, you're looking at the discourse in its totality. You can't use like one paragraph to determine the audience. It's a general. So when you read the entire passage, who do you think it's for?
Sir,
Yes.
I was kind of leaning towards what Deidre said, because the writer made mention of the fact that healthcare was once thought to be, just caring for the ill, but now it's like a business. So it kind of read to me like it's speaking to persons coming in to know that this is what they can expect. So they might be coming in with noble intentions, but the resources might not necessarily allow them to function in that manner. So I'm not sure if that makes sense.
It wouldn't be correct, because let me share a screen and show you something, right? And let me show you why it wouldn't be correct. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Here's
so highlight.
what does this say? The purpose of this study is to determine what burnout is, why it is so prevalent in the healthcare sector, and what human resources management can do to prevent burnout. So it cannot be for students, because the paper itself actually tells you the person. So persons who work in healthcare, you're talking about persons who are human resource managers.
I wasn't thinking students, but for like somebody who is thinking, okay, I've completed this course of study and I want to go into the actions. I wasn't thinking students per se, but young professionals who just completed a course of study and are deciding that, hey, I want to go and work in the hospital or a clinic or something to that effect.
No, but if you look at, no, but you're still missing my point, because it still could not be correct, because the actual thesis says is to determine, in other words, to define it, to say why it is prevalent and how it can be prevented. So it cannot be for somebody who is going into the healthcare sector, because the last part of it says what human resource management can do to prevent it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It could not be for persons who are going into it. It would have to be the human resource managers or the human resource administrators, as well as those who work in the healthcare sector, to find a way to, in other words, this is a problem that needs to be solved. Fair enough?
Okay, thanks for the clarification, sir.
Yes, no probs. All right, don't save. Let me stop sharing screen. I did. The other question is, it says, using evidence from the passage, explain the context in which you would find this text. In other words, what are some of what would have triggered the writing of this piece? Let me hear it. I'm listening.
Sir, is to like let people be aware of like this burnout is like it's a real situation.
That's not context. Did you go through the lecture that I emailed? That's not context. The lecture that I emailed actually explains what context is. And I think I emailed that lecture to you last week. That's not context. Let me ask you the question a different way. Where would you find a piece of this nature? Where could you locate a piece of this nature?
Sir, at the hospital.
No. People don't go to hospital to read.
Sir, library.
A library, sir.
Or the internet.
We're on the, I'm not giving any
Or
money.
the Gleaner, the newspaper,
A news
sir.
article, sir.
This cannot come in the Gleaner. This is too
The
long for the
internet,
Gleaner.
sir. The internet.
And this could not come in the Gleaner
Sir, a
because.
journal.
A report, sir.
Hold
Magazines.
on. Mute your mics, all, please. Mute your
research.
mics.
I research.
Mute your mics. All right, so raise your hands now. Let me do it that way because you're. Raise your hands, please, if you want to. So where would you find a piece like this? You can't find it in the Gleaner because you're not going to get in the market. This is not even about Jamaica, so I don't know why they would put it in the Gleaner. Adrian, go ahead.
Sir, I'd say a journal.
Like, so yes, you could find it in a, what kind of journal though? What kind of journal would it be?
Sir, I think it would be like an healthcare journal because I think one of my source that I use was actually like an healthcare journal. It's all
Yes, you're
about
correct.
health.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Could we see it in any other type of journal or outside of healthcare? What other type of journal could it appear in? This is for the class. Hello.
Sir, a management related journal, perhaps?
Yes, so we could see it in a management journal. What type of management journal?
Human resources.
Yes, so it could come in a human resource or a HR journal. All right. The question 3, no, that's oh yes, question 3. What is the writer's intention or the writer's purpose? Let me see if persons are raising their hands. What is the writer's purpose? Nobody's raising his or her hand. I don't know why.
It's in the introduction.
You can't tell me you can't read the sentence to me that is in the introduction because I can read, and if you write but that I would give you 0.
Sir, the writer's purpose was to highlight and inform.
Can't be was, it has to be in the present tense.
The writer's purpose is to highlight and inform the stress level that is affecting those that work in the healthcare sector and how the HR, human resource department, can handle it.
All right, so I'd give you 2 out of 3. I don't like the word highlight, but I'd give you 2 out of 3. Anybody else wants to hazard a guess?
I think the writer's purpose is inform the healthcare sectors and person who like the Medicare who afford healthcare for person can look at how them can make it more affordable.
No, sir. Which passage you reached, Dave? I know that we read a while ago. The passage is about burnout. It's not about the affordability of the healthcare sector. Remember the title of the passage? What's the title of the passage? What's the title of the passage, Dave?
Burnout in the healthcare sector.
Exactly. So the focus is not on the affordability of healthcare. It's talking about burnout. All right, so what was said before is very close. Marsha, go ahead for me.
I would say the purpose is to help readers identify the indicators or the signs of burnout.
But here I would have a problem with that response. If you say, for example, that the intended audience are healthcare professionals and HR administrators, then it could not be the purpose. Because if you are writing for healthcare professionals and HR administrators, then we would call that a specialist audience, right? Or a specific audience. So that could not be the purpose, because the purpose is directed at the audience. So I am writing this for healthcare workers or for healthcare professionals or for HR administrators. All right, but we will proceed because I want to at least give you the introduction before we go. All right, using evidence from the passage. Oh, we said that already. Oh, I was the one that had missed something, right? Identify the dominant development strategies. All right, so what are some of the organizational strategies that you were able to identify?
Sir, definition.
Definition. The writer gave us a definition for burnout so that the audience could understand specifically what he was talking about by using the term burnout throughout the passage.
Okay, any other organizational strategy? We said definition, anything else?
I would say cause and if, oh.
No, sir, I would say classification. Sir, you want me to highlight a section?
You know, I don't want you to read anything from the passage. I just want you to talk to me. Remember, if you lift anything from the passage, I will be giving you 0. You're supposed to put it in your own words. So where do we see, let's call it, if you say cause and effect, just call it causal analysis. That's how you phrase it, causal analysis. So where do you see that? Hello? Everybody get silent. All right, there are no comments. Any organizational strategies, people, other than definition? You didn't see anything else?
I think I see, well, I'm seeing classification, sir.
Yes, talk to me about it.
Where they categorize persons by the different personality traits. I'm not certain which paragraph it is because I have a split screen. So it mentioned persons who are weak, non-assertive, or impatient, intolerant, or lack self-confidence.
So what's the purpose of the classification?
I don't have an answer right now, sir.
Okay, fair enough. But remember, that's the real
Sir, is it to let people be aware of the signs of burnout?
that's for classification or causal analysis?
Sir, well, sir, I'm not sure exactly where to put it.
Well, I don't know where to put it either.
Sir, it could be the cause and effect. Sorry, sir, cause and analysis, you said.
Causal analysis. Causal analysis.
Oh, causal, sir? Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Causal. It's the same thing as saying cause and effect.
Okay, sir. So I'll say that because then it would basically showing you the cause of the burnout, right? So it's I'll say educating the audience about it.
Why? Why is there a need to do that?
So that they'll be aware of it, because I mean sometimes, well, let me not say that, but so that they'll be aware of it, sir. So in the event that they're actually having a burnout, they'll know that it is a burnout.
You're supposed to answer me in relation to the audience. So in order so that the matter can be addressed by HR,
yes.
Exactly. That's how you answer. That's how you get your marks. Because remember, they're writing it for HR managers and healthcare personnel. So it must be that they're writing because it is a problem. I thought people would have said problem and solution, you know, but I guess nobody was interested in that.
Sir, so what would you say the dominant development strategy would be?
Tell me, you're asking me the question. You must answer the question. I ask questions and you provide answers, not the other way around.
No, sir, because you were listing the strategies, but I'm okay.
No, you are talking. There's a class of over of 29 students. You're talking, and a few others are talking. What do the other students have to say? Some students they're just here like sponges. They have nothing to contribute. All right, some persons are putting things in the chat. I'm not sure. All right, so Marsha Riley Lamont says classification is to identify the categories of persons who are likely to experience certain levels of burnout. I like that, yes. Santana says to find measures to prevent it, but it would need the writer notes the factors that influence burnout and effects on the healthcare workers and the quality of healthcare overall. I like that. All right, so let's try and write the introduction. So let me show you how you write the introduction now. Let me share a screen, but let me open a new document first. Okay. Where am I? We said what discourse is it again? What's the discourse mode?
Expository.
So we can say in the exposition. All right, mostly you're going to say expository piece. You can say titled. What's the title of it? Burnout in the
healthcare sector.
Healthcare sector. The writer's main point is that burnout is a major problem faced by, not faced, but experienced by, healthcare professionals that needs to be addressed by health care and human resource managers. All right. The writer's purpose. So I could say, so in the expository piece titled directed, no, let me not put that there. All right, let me find a creative way. Directing the piece at, although I kind of say it there, but directing the piece at especially human resource managers. The writer's purpose is to, and I kind of have some answers here, so let me just copy and paste because I can't bother to, in the interest of time. Let me fix this. So I'm going to move this, or the size. What size is this?
Sir, you could have cleared our format and then just fix it,
Or just use the paintbrush, the format painter. So
where
you
is
click the
that?
text before it. It is right under your scissors, the cut. So you click on the few lines that you have above, but you just paste.
The brush.
The brush?
Right.
And then do what?
No, sir.
No, you have to click on expository in the first line first.
Okay, like here?
Then you click the brush and then highlight where you just paste. And it will adjust itself automatically.
Right. Hey, you teach me something today. That's good. I didn't know that.
And sir, if you copy something from something like another source and you want to bring it to Times New Roman and 10 and type color, you don't have to clear the color or anything. You can just select the eraser beside the letter A at the top and it will clear out all the format.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So directing the piece at especially human resource managers, the writer's purpose is to explain what burnout is and why people in the healthcare sector often experience it in order to highlight what. All right. So let me take this off then because it's kind of repeating. I was actually trying to put the audience in there. So the writer's purpose is to explain what burnout is and why people in the healthcare sector often experience it in order to highlight what HR or human resource administrators can consider in efforts to address the issue. So look how you get the marks now. So this is a mark, exposition, right? Because this means that you're giving me discourse. You have main idea. Once it is correct, you get another mark for main idea. You have purpose is to explain. Explain is correct because you said the piece is expository, so it matches that. And then you say, in order to highlight what HR administrators can consider, this is audience. You see how many marks you get in just the introduction? Discourse mode, main point, once it's correct, purpose, once it's correct, and audience. Then now you just end it with the thesis now. Oh, this is small. I'm wondering how it looks so small. 12. The writer speaks to these HR.
Sir, that's speakers.
Oh, that was deliberate to see if you're paying attention. HR/administrators through both, let's say, style and 3. You can say language strategies through language. Sometimes I like when you say 3 main. 3 language strategies and 3 language techniques. That's your introduction, nothing else. Let me just double space it so you are able to. Double space is too big. How many sentences do I have for my introduction? So all I need to do is just put discourse, analysis, discourse analysis, center it. Let me put sample discourse analysis because this is something that we're writing together. Let's save here. Come on, 2021 lectures, week 2. Sample. Let me put burnout so I know which one. Burnout sample analysis. All right, do we see my introduction? Very simple. Is it clear, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Tajay is asking if it's okay to use other words similar to the ones highlighted in the first line. It is, of course, once those words are correctly used. Then you might say in the first instance, the writer uses, you can just repeat it, 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So just to get it clear, for the introduction, as long as we have the discourse mode, the main point, the purpose, and the audience, we get points.
Yes. You get marks. So how it is marked is content, expression, organization, right? Organization. This is how it is marked. Content is 10. Expression is 5. Organization is 5. That's what we mark it. So bam, 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 you're getting your marks already. So in the first instance, the writer uses, I think we said causal analysis. What was the other one? Let me see which ones I'm going to comment on, because in the interest of time, my definition and
Classification.
and classification.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so causal analysis, definition, and person say classification, right? So, and then you write, you can say finally, this is another topic sentence now. The writer uses language, you can say uses 3 main language.
Uses twice.
Okay, yeah, so fix it. Techniques. All right. So language techniques we can comment on, and it's really style. Why shouldn't we? So uses, let's say it uses tone, uses, let's say various language styles. And we can say specifically tone, we can say tone. What else are we going to comment on the style? Let me see. Diction. Diction, you were going to say?
No, sir.
What were you going to say?
Sir, I was going to say denotation.
And I wouldn't necessarily say it like denotation, because denotation means definition. But I see your point. And let's say denotation then. Let's say denotation. Because I think I know where you're going with. I think in my head, I think I know where you're going with the discussion. And then no, you're right. You're right. The actual thing. So, all right. So let me comment on one and show you. Yeah, I'm not going to. All right. So let me put a paragraph in there and fix it. I'm going to fix it. Let me just fix it. Or you guys say, all I need to do is go to here.
Sir, you have to put the cursor at your actual first line, and then you press the
right here,
brush and then highlight what you want to format. Yes.
So highlight here now.
Sir, you have to press the brush first.
Go to finally. Go to finally.
Go to
or
finally,
denotation.
sir. Right. And
finally,
then press the brush.
Press the brush.
Right.
And then press the brush, and then you
highlight it.
And then you highlight all of that green writing.
There you go. I knew that. There you go. All right, so let me tidy up my paragraph. Now, for the most part, the writer uses a formal register which is suitable for the audience. All right, let me change this. However, let me change this into a formal sentence. However, let's see. For example, for example, doing da or doing da. All right, let me just use one example, because when you use too many, it becomes too long. Make the writing a little bit too long. All right, here comes my explanation. Go back. Let's take this out. All right, so this is just a kind of, you notice I haven't commented on why this is here. Oh, I wasn't today. Okay. So this is so I have my second body paragraph. I have my, I haven't listed all the first one, but I have my second body paragraph. Right, so I said, finally, the writer uses various language styles, specifically tone, diction, and denotation. For example, for the most part, the writer uses formal language which is suitable for the audience, which is suitable for, let's say, healthcare professionals, HR managers, and I would say, and those who are suffering from burnout. However, there are a few incursions into the less formal register. The formal register, all right, let's take out this line. That line can come out. The formal register conveys an objective, almost detached tone. However, the less formal register, all right, let's take out this. I know to tidy it up. I wouldn't say detached tone. Let me put it this way. The formal register objective, almost detached tone. This is because the writers, I will. The writer's overall objective is to explain, or is to, I would say, medically explain the severe impact burnout is having on the healthcare sector. All right, let's fix this up. Burnout. All right. So this is because the writer's overall objective is to medically explain the severe impact burnout is having. Isn't burnout one word? So why it is flagging the word here? Anyways, it's having on the healthcare sector. This mixture of objective, detached, and perceivable tone helps the reader to relate to the seriousness of the matter. Burnout is a serious matter that is a part of everybody's experience and needs to be addressed. So I've addressed, for the most part, the writer uses the formal register, formal language. So that's not tone. So let's specifically, let's say register. I haven't commented on diction, but I've commented on tone. So let's take out diction, because that's what I say, and then denotation. So here is the writer formal register, right? Formal language means formal register, right, people? So you get a mark here. HR and those who are suffering. The formal register conveys an objective and detached tone. Tone here. This is because the overall. All right. So hold on. There's something that I didn't. So the formal register conveys objective. For healthcare professionals. You can say, it comes here. What the formal register also conveys is the fact that burnout is a serious matter, is a matter that needs to be taken seriously. All right. All right. So I'm going to email this. What I want for you to do for homework is just to do the second body paragraph. Everybody understands? You should get a better sense of what is happening now.
Sir, are you going to send this in the group?
Yes, I'm going to send it to you guys.
And don't forget the recording, sir.
I uploaded the recording, ma'am.
What time?
Is it in group or individual must do it?
Preferably, let's do it in group for now. I think because the class is big, it's easier to kind of, or if you want to do it on your own, I think sometimes it's better if you guys try it on your own. I think this group thing is probably killing your creativity, because what happens, everybody's trying to, so do it on your own. All right, and the persons who genuinely want to learn this, just do it on your own. If persons don't pay attention to persons who come to class and not doing any work, all right? Care to, or pay attention to your own learning, not to others. All right, so do it on your own. It's in the WhatsApp group, the example. And then in the following class now, I'm going to give you one to do on your own, and you're going to write it in the class, and then you're going to share a screen, and I comment on the strengths and the weaknesses. All right, so this is individual work. You're going to write the second body paragraph as individual. So this is not group now. Okay, everybody, go to your other class. It's 7 minutes after 7, and I'm sure you have a class.
Good night, sir.
Night, night. Yes. Oh, you know.
We are PSY, sir.
Yes.
As I was, when I got up this morning, I was searching for the recording and I didn't see it, but this is what, 27 minutes ago?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When you guys were in the breakout room, I uploaded it.
Okay. All right then. Thanks, sir.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
You too.